We begin with the desperate search for survivors after deadly floods and mudslides swept through the border region between Nepal and China. Hundreds of people, including foreign tourists, are missing. CBS News understands at least 65 Americans are among those unaccounted for. Authorities in Nepal say more than 160 people have been killed, but with so many missing, there are fears that number will rise. CBS News foreign correspondent Ramy Inocencio is following developments for us in our London newsroom. Ramy, the footage is gripping. It's stunning to watch this water move through with such power. What do we know about the situation on the ground this morning?
Yeah, Errol, good morning. And yes, this is an absolute nightmare. At the latest count, we have more than 1,400 people missing on both sides of the Nepal-Tibet border. On the Nepal side, that number just in the past hour rose from about 800 to about 900. In Tibet, that number stands at 558, according to Chinese authorities. This disaster is on track to be the deadliest since an earthquake killed about 9,000 people in Nepal back in 2015. And the videos we're looking at now show that some people were within seconds of life and death being overtaken by these flash floods. But it's clear hundreds did not make it, and that number, as you said, looks likely to rise. Right now, this is still a rescue operation. You see helicopters there, but it is a really difficult one because of the topography. This is the foothills of the Himalayas. I was just off the phone with a few contacts in Kathmandu, and one person told me that roads leading up have been closed, that motorbikes can get up higher because they're small, but the best way, again, we're seeing their helicopters are really the only way there. Communication also a huge problem. Officials are setting up mobile transmission towers to get comms with people higher up, but people are wondering what's happening with their loved ones. Our partners at the BBC spoke to two American sisters trying to get word about their parents. Take a listen.
We all immediately started calling our parents, no answer. And then we both received an email from the Isha Foundation saying that the floods had hit and that our parents were in a group at the immigration office on the China border with Nepal that had been impacted by the flood.
And that immigration office that was impacted, that we know of, is here. This is the port of Girong, and you can see that it was obliterated in that flash flood yesterday, hoping, of course, that there will be some good news. But this disaster has not only hit Americans, it's hit Brits, Australians, Netherlands, Malaysia, South Korea, China, Indians, and many more people who have not yet been identified. Errol.
And Ramy, the power of this flood, it's still difficult to kind of understand. I think one of the theories is that a glacier collapsed that triggered this mass flood. Help us understand the topography you've reported from the region before and how this got so bad so quickly.
Absolutely. We're talking about the destruction and the death here in the foothills of the Himalayas, but the origin does appear to be much higher up, thousands of feet higher. Nepal's foreign minister yesterday said an earthquake may have started an avalanche down the mountain that then triggered these flash floods. But now we're seeing this morning another possibility, torrential rains, which were happening, potentially helped part of a glacier break off that then tumbled down the mountain, hitting the valley, and then those flash floods that we saw, pointing here to climate change. And I have to point out that similar events have happened more and more in the Himalayas, in the Swiss Alps, in the Italian Dolomites in recent years. Another contact of mine in Kathmandu told me that there were warnings before this hit on both sides of the border. In Nepal, she told me that text messages were sent out, likely from the army, warning people downstream to get to higher ground. On the Tibet side of the border, I was told that sirens sounded, but this all happened, again, so fast that people just did not have much of any time to react.
I hope that those young girls find their parents. I cannot imagine what this has been like for so many people. Ramy, thanks for keeping us across all of it. Appreciate it.